This Texas weekend gave NASCAR fans one of those moments where you sit there staring at the screen thinking, how is all of this happening before we even get deeper into the season? And the crazy part is we actually have two completely different stories coming out of Texas that honestly say a lot about where some teams and drivers are right now. One story involves a huge name starting from the very back after things went wrong before the race even began. And the other story is something I honestly still cannot believe happened during the race, because one driver kept getting hit with the exact same penalty over and over again in a way that almost felt impossible to watch live. And if you have been following the Cup Series this year, then you already know these kinds of mistakes can completely change playoff momentum, team confidence, and even how fans look at certain drivers moving forward. So today, we are breaking down both of those stories because there is a lot more going on here than just penalties on paper. And hey, if you are a real NASCAR fan who lives for these race weekends, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. This channel is brand new, and we are trying to hit our first 15,000 subscribers with people who genuinely love talking NASCAR every single week. The first big story coming out of Texas was Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon both officially being sent to the rear before the Worth 400 even started at Texas Motor Speedway. The situations for those two drivers were completely different, and that is what made this whole thing so interesting heading into Sunday. Bubba Wallace never even got the chance to put down a qualifying lap after crashing during practice in the number 2323 Iga Racing Toyota. The team had no choice but to go to a backup car, which automatically sent him to the rear of the field. Austin Dillon had his own disaster after the number 3 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet blew an engine before qualifying, meaning he also had to start at the back. So officially, NASCAR handed both drivers pre-race to the rear penalties. But in reality, it did not really change much because both were already locked into the last row anyway, since neither one completed a qualifying lap. Still, the timing of this for Bubba Wallace immediately got people talking, because fans remember all the controversy surrounding him over the last couple of seasons. NASCAR fans have not forgotten the $50,000 fine from the Chicago street race after the contact with Alex Bowman on the cool-down lap. They also remember the huge $100,000 penalty against 23XI Racing after Martinsville during the playoffs. Add in the pit road speeding penalties in Nashville and Phoenix, and suddenly every issue involving Bubba starts getting way more attention than it normally would. And honestly, that pressure is real right now, because this season matters a lot for Bubba Wallace and for 23XI Racing as a whole. When you look at this organization with Tyler Reddick, Corey Haim, Riley Herbst, and the expectations that come with being connected to Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan, fans expect this team to run near the front every single week. So when Bubba crashes in practice and starts dead last, people instantly start questioning consistency again. What made the weekend even crazier though was how strong the field looked at Texas. Carson, however, put the number 77 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet on pole, which honestly surprised a lot of people. Daniel Suarez lined up second in another Spire Motorsports Chevrolet, giving Spire an unbelievable front-row lockout. Chris Buckner started third for RFK Racing, while Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe rounded out the top 5 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Then you had names everywhere inside the top 15 like Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Ty Gibbs, a music Kyle Larson. Carson, however, Austin Cindra, Chase Elliott, and William Byron. That lineup was stacked from front to back, and that is why starting at the rear at Texas is such a nightmare. This track eats cars alive. Dirty air matters. Track position matters. One mistake on restarts can destroy your whole day. But then we got to the second story from Texas, and honestly this one almost felt unreal while it was happening live. Todd Gilliland somehow received 6 separate penalties for the exact same infraction during the race. 6. Every single time NASCAR penalized the number 34 front row Motorsports Ford for pitting before pit road was open. Not once, not twice, 6 different times. And the craziest part is Todd Gilliland somehow got hit with the same penalty twice on lap 97 alone. I mean, seriously, when was the last time anybody remembers seeing that happen in a Cup Series race? By the end of the day, Gilliland finished 32nd and 13 laps down after what became one of the strangest penalty-filled races any driver has had in recent memory. The full penalty report from Texas was honestly wild when you really look at it. Before the race even started, Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace were both sent to the rear. During the race, Chad Fincham got nailed multiple times in the number 66 Garage 66 Ford, including speeding on pit road on lap 39, crew members over the wall too soon on lap 51, and another speeding penalty on lap 76. William Byron got penalized for pitting before pit road was open on lap 93. Ty Gibbs got the same penalty on lap 102. Kyle Larson was penalized on lap 160 after pitting before pit road was open while heading to the garage. Ross Chastain got caught speeding on pit road on lap 210. Cody Ware had a rough afternoon too, getting penalized for driving through more than 3 pit boxes on lap 215. Then later for another penalty for pitting before pit road was open on lap 262. Noah Gragson also got hit for speeding on pit road late in the race. And the wild thing is, even with all these penalties, Texas was actually calmer than usual. There were only 5 cautions for cause all race long, which for Texas Motor Speedway honestly feels almost impossible nowadays. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott survived all the chaos and officially secured his second NASCAR Cup Series win of the season after post-race inspection cleared every car. NASCAR also confirmed that no cars would be taken back to the R&D center this week, meaning Elliott's win stood without any extra drama afterward. And I think that is the bigger takeaway from this entire Texas weekend. The Cup Series right now feels absolutely unforgiving. 1 blown engine, 1 practice crash, 1 pit road mistake, 1 crew issue, or 1 timing error can completely destroy an entire race before drivers even have a chance to recover. For Bubba Wallace, this weekend just adds more pressure to an already intense season where fans and analysts are watching every move he makes. For Todd Gilliland, Texas became one of those races teams probably want to forget immediately because 6 identical penalties in one afternoon is the kind of thing NASCAR fans will remember for a long time. And for Chase Elliott, this was another reminder that staying clean, avoiding mistakes, and surviving chaos still matters more than raw speed sometimes in modern NASCAR. That is why this season feels so unpredictable right now. 1 week can completely change momentum heading toward the playoffs. And honestly, that is exactly why NASCAR fans keep watching every single Sunday. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it and drop your thoughts in the comments, because I really want to know what you think about Bubba Wallace starting at the rear, and especially Todd Gilliland getting penalized 6 different times for the same thing. And if you are a NASCAR fan who enjoys real conversations and honest opinions about the sport, subscribe to NASCAR Turbo Report. The channel is brand new and we are pushing toward our first 15,000 subscribers together as NASCAR fans.